dim these lights so I can get out of here. Good morning, everybody. Today we got a tall task ahead of us today. You know, I don't know how good you'll be able to see my face. Let me turn these lights back on here. Guys, today we got a tall task. It is 4:45 in the morning. We are pushing off the dock, and by we is me and you. And man, I gotta tell you, that was some rough luck here at the end of the season. I had to replace the helm, I had to replace the VHF, and they say that when things break, they come in threes. I don't know, man. But I got out a couple days ago, made it all the way out there, got to the first buoy, and I marked it, and when I, set up, I got my gaff hook, gloves, got ready to go, the GPS screen was spinning like crazy, and I have seen that before. That is the heading sensor on the boat is no good. And I'm sure that it's under some kind of warranty for Garmin because we have an autopilot. I replaced it 2 years ago. The heading sensor is $1,000. And you got to send the part back, and they got to, it takes a while to get it back, a couple weeks. But I don't have that much time, so I had to come back and buy a heading sensor that is for boats without autopilot, and just disconnect my my autopilot brain so the system thinks that it's not in there. Got that heading sensor on, calibrated it yesterday, got the boat ready last night. I'm going back out again, but now what I have to do is, since 2 days ago I was supposed to pull the traps from that day, see now with the traps that you saw that we put in, I don't know, a month ago maybe, a month and a half ago, I now have enough traps for 2 days of work. So really like a 1.5 day, 1 3/4 day. So today I got to try to pull them all, because from a business standpoint, I burned the fuel to go out there and come back, and I couldn't pull any traps. So I'm getting out of here super early today. Thankfully, the wind is going to die down, and we're going to have some really calm seas starting around noon, going all the way through, into the night. And I think that it's going to take me all the way up until sunset. The only caveat there is that it is going to be, supposedly, the weatherman said, it's going to be calm. And when it's calm, you can work a lot faster. You're not getting beat up as much. And so the goal today is to pull all, day 1 and day 2 traps in one day, so I don't have to burn fuel again to come out here. So I'm expecting that it's going to be a good 14-hour, day out there on the ocean, not counting travel out, travel in, clean the boat, all that. Definitely will be over 24 hours, but I think it could be good. All the lobster traps are out of the water now, so it's just us out there, the stone crab guys. And lobster traps make a very big difference. There's probably 20,000 lobster traps in this area where I'm at, and those guys are all out of the water now. Lobster season ended. It's just us. We got until the end of this month. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus here, because there's a lot of folks coming in and out of the channel, and the shrimp boats are coming back. But we're gonna get out there. I'm probably gonna have to sit at that first buoy 10, 15, 20 minutes before I could start. But I'd rather be out there and wait 10, 15, 20 minutes than to get out there and it's already daylight. And in my mind, I know that I missed minutes of daylight. So I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna bring you guys along, and we're in for a long day today, but I think, fingers crossed, God willing, we can set a new record today. That's the hope and the plan. So I'll catch you on the ocean side, baby, let's go. All right, guys. So I've been pulling some traps. I got out here. Remember I said it doesn't matter if I have to wait 10, 15, 20 minutes. I ended up waiting 30 minutes, and just sat out here and ate a sandwich, had some water, looked at my YouTube page, and I want to thank the 3 subscribers that were up at that time in the morning that subscribed to the channel. But so here we are now. I'm already 60 traps in, and I started and I wanted to really like push myself and see. Normally when it's really rough, I'm doing about 25 traps an hour. I am right now, we've got 60 traps, and I have been working for 2 hours. So it's 8:30. Started at 6:32 at the first buoy. And so it's about 30 traps an hour. If I could continue this pace, and I say that because, you know, my son was like, oh, you do 30 traps an hour, you'll be done in 11 hours. The problem is continuing this same speed all the way, you know, to the end of the day. So I'm already ahead of kind of where I wanted to be from a speed perspective. So let's see if I can keep going at that speed. It really would be great. Oh, be able to get all these traps done. Maybe even make it home before it gets to be nighttime. So we've got, guys, we've got here, you can see the bucket, it's almost full to the top. So not bad, pretty average, a little bit better than average, but it's definitely not how I thought it would be now that all these lobster traps are out of here. So we'll see. Hopefully today is going to be, I think, a day where we're going to get it by the volume of traps that we're going to pull. You know, we're just going to pull so many that somewhere along the line, you know, we're going to start hitting some spots and get some crab. So first trap's in, and guys, I'll tell you, I wanted to wait until we got to this line so we could do it together. This is the first time that I'm pulling these traps right here. My son and I dropped these a couple weeks ago, but because I wanted to give him 2 weeks of brand new traps. There's no bait in there that's already rotting. So it's, you know, it needs time to start breaking down the bait. And so far the first one off to a good start. Oh, I see some crab legs in here. And this is good because I just went through a path of traps there where I didn't even see a crab in it. So it's very good. Man, these guys are strong. Okay. 4. Man, big bucket, the empty one back here, it's in the way. So guys, going back to this morning, I want to talk a little bit about the heading sensor issue that I have, because I think that there's a lot of folks out there that are watching that could benefit from this. So when you don't have a heading sensor, your GPS really spins a lot at slow speed, because what happens is that your GPS relies on your course or your heading. It's called course over ground. So you need to be moving, because the satellites position you where you're at, and there's always, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 satellites that are positioning your vessel. And then when you start moving, it starts knowing what direction you're going in. But what happens is that because you're on a boat and you're rocking back and forth with the waves, and you are moving slightly with the current, your GPS is unsure of which direction you're going, and that thing starts spinning like crazy. It becomes a little bit more difficult to try to, if you're trying to anchor on a waypoint. Man, guys, so far the first 3 traps are good. If you're trying to anchor on a waypoint to fish a certain bottom, your GPS is going to start spinning, which makes it more difficult, right? So you can imagine, for me, I have to get this trap from where it's at, and getting it is not so much the problem because I can see it.
but then I drop it back in the same spot again. Ooh, this guy's close. Good. Then I drop it back in the same spot again. So dropping it back in that same spot is what becomes difficult when the GPS is spinning like crazy and you can't really with pinpoint accuracy get to where you want to go. I recorded a video on that because this heading sensor that I purchased is the one for boats without an autopilot. Like I said this morning, it's, you know, it's something that I needed a quick fix because I needed to get back out here, and I didn't want to go through, you know, calling Garmin. I got to send the thing back to them, they got to check it, then they'll send me another one. And it's great that they do that, but it's definitely not going to happen in a 24, 48 hour period. I need to get out here to pull these traps. So this heading sensor, super affordable, guys. This thing was, it was 170, 180 bucks. That's it. And it gives you unbelievable accuracy for your heading. So I'm gonna have that video. Well, I recorded it already. I just gotta edit it. Once I'm done pulling the traps this week, I'll go ahead and edit it, and I'll go ahead and post it next week. That guy's way too small. So you guys can see it, check it out. I think it'll definitely help a lot of people. It'll definitely change your boating experience, because when it's not connected, and I showed an example of it, just because you might not even know that your screen could actually be so stable with a heading sensor. So I showed the examples and I recorded it, and I think there's going to be a lot of people that could benefit from that. So look for that next week. I'm going to edit this one first, and then I'll edit that one, and that video will be coming out next week. So now getting back to today. So far, guys, I will tell you, we are in a very shallow spot here. Man, the ocean is super, super calm. This is a beautiful, beautiful day to pull traps. Man, guys, first three started off good. Beautiful day to pull traps. So really, when I look at this, I think this is going to be the only way that I'm going to be able to do it. I told my wife, unless it's flat calm or I got a bunch of traps that aren't catching, I don't know that I could get through all the traps. And so far, you know, 60 traps in, it's 8:30. Now, slight disclaimer here. I had 2 Red Bulls for breakfast, a liter of water, 4 Motrin, and that is not going to last all day. And obviously you can't keep drinking caffeine all day. So, but I feel good right now, and I feel hot, you know. I know a lot of the youngsters watching won't know, but there used to be some commercials that Peyton Manning had. They were a Gatorade commercial, said if you're not sweating, you're not doing it right. So I got the hoodie on. It was actually pretty cold this morning. And again, I know you guys are gonna make fun of me from the north. It was 60 degrees this morning. For Florida boys, that's chilly, especially for Miami. It's gonna go all the way up to almost 80 today by noon. But I said, you know what, I'm gonna take the hoodie. Oh my goodness. I want to be hot, you know. And if for those watching that do, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you're working and you're just not in it. You gotta get hot. So far I'm hot, and that's good. Like 300 more traps to go. But what this will do, guys, oh man, I didn't realize that this was broken. We gotta fix it. What this will do is that after today, I am going to know how much I can push this old body. And it's really gonna help me, because next year Now we're gonna get some more traps. And next year, I know, heck, if I can bust out 300, obviously, you know, you don't want to make it that you get home and it's night, and I mean, you got to work back-to-back days. That's not a good recipe at my age for stamina. But I want to see how much I can do, because we're going to get more traps, and obviously, man, the more traps that you can pull in one day, from a business perspective, the better it is, because you're increasing your chances of catching more with really the same expenses. Your expenses are going to be the same. The most expensive part, ooh, that battery's about to die. Most expensive part is getting out here and going back. But once you're out here driving from trap to trap, you're not spending much money at all in fuel. All right, so that one broke. This is definitely not a crab. The only thing that I could imagine is that when we threw these, that my son maybe threw this one a little too hard, and the force of it hitting the water is something I could think of. Not robbed, and it's definitely, if it's a crab, it's a big old crab, but I doubt it's a crab. It doesn't look like chew marks. Just looks like a perfect break. Looks like a perfect break. So I am excited to see how many traps I could do, and really the key, and for those folks that are my age, you know, the key is not what you could do today, right? And say, oh, I can do that. The key is how I feel tomorrow. That's the key to know, okay, I did this, not a good idea. But, you know, and then also, you know, you got to take into consideration that 98% of the time that I'm going to be out here pulling, I'm not going to have this weather like this. 99%. It's going to be rough, so you got to factor that in too. You know, when it's smooth like this, your body's getting less tired. You're not fighting all your muscles trying to stay upright on the boat. You could see the buoy. There might be one more. You can see the buoys from far away. It just makes it a whole heck of a lot. Whoa. Must gotta be. Man, these little ones, guys, are tricky. Man, I can't believe all that crab in there. Man. All right, buddy. One claw. That's it, guys. What about this guy? Oh, this guy might be good. Man, you gotta measure them. It's just like fishing, guys. When you gotta start measuring all the fish, this guy might have one. When you gotta start measuring all the fish, that's no bueno. The fun part is when you don't even, you just put it right in the cooler. You know that that thing is way good. I think that goes for all the species when you're fishing. So 2 claws. So we'll see. I mean, you can see already here, we just did 1, 2, 3, 4 traps without a single crab in it. Now we got this one. It had like 5 or 6 crabs and only 2 claws. I mean, I really thought they were gonna be full. Like this was gonna be a major difference because all the lobster traps are gone. And here where I am right now, this is loaded with lobster traps. So I really thought, you know, they get crab too in their traps because they go in there to eat the lobster. I thought these things, but again, it's still early in the day. There's a lot of traps to go. Ooh. mud and snapper in here. And these fish, guys, have to be 18 inches, but they are absolutely delicious. We do a lot. Those are my favorite fish to eat. The fish tacos. You'll follow us along this summer. We're gonna catch some of those because I love making fish tacos out of those things. Oh man. So 8 traps in, 5-0 so far. And this has kind of been the story of the day. I did have one trap that had 10, and that has been the happiest moment so far of the day, that one trap with 10. But guys, we got a long day, and I'm gonna be recording throughout the day, and hopefully we have some great news to show at the end of the day. And see, so far, this new line is not doing what I thought it was gonna do. My buddy Captain Abel had lobster traps here. We got one in here, and I thought that this is gonna do pretty good. One with one claw. All right, buddy. Thank you. So right now, guys, as we sit, this will be my last pull, regular pull for the season. This is trap number 9. Last regular pull, and then next time we come out, we're starting to bring the traps back. And I'm gonna record that so you guys can see it. It is an extreme manual labor process. We gotta come out here, we gotta load the boat, put 50 or 60 on here, depending on how the weather is, run back, take them off. I got my dad who's gonna meet me at the dock. He's my U-Haul driver. I'm gonna stack them in the U-Haul, come back out here, load up another 50 or 60, and we repeat that process until it's all done. So depending on how the weather is, I can load this thing up. It's obviously not safe to be so top heavy if it's really rough, and especially depending on the direction that the wind is coming. If it's an east wind, it's the worst. But I'll record that, and I'll put it up here so you guys can kind of see how it is at the end of the season. It is the worst time because it's so much manual work and very little crab comes out of it, and it's extremely costly because you're burning so much fuel that you don't make any money at all. You'll lose money in the taking the trap out process, and same thing in the beginning of the season when you're putting it in. The only difference is at the end of the season, you don't feel the same. At the beginning of the season, you're putting them out, doesn't matter, you're pumping $600, $700, $800 of fuel a day, $1,000, and your optimism is high, you're excited. At the end of the season, you're deflated. It's over, you know? And then so a lot of people have been asking, well, what do you do after the crab season? We'll go ahead and we open it up and we start our charter season. I just don't have time during the crab season. I did one charter this year. It was a guy I used to work with a long time ago. I did a charter for him for his birthday, but we're so busy during the crab season, it's extremely difficult to do charters. We've done some, and then the weather is always extremely rough. But after the crab season, we'll open this thing up. We'll start doing charters. Every year we do an extreme detail of the boat. So that takes us usually about a week to take this entire boat, hatches, everything. And we do a super deep clean. We wax, we buff, polish, shine, everything. And we do it every year after the crab season is over. So we'll do that, and then we'll really spend a lot of time when we're not doing charters, doing a lot of videos and recording for YouTube, and really try to have some fun with the family. You know, during the crab season, I'm working so much. So in the summer, we don't have charters. we're gonna come out, bring the baby out, try to catch some fish so she kind of understands. She loves watching it on TV and watching the videos on YouTube. So I want to get her out here this summer. She's obviously too little to do it herself, but she could see the process. You know, go home, cook the fish, she eats it. Ooh. That's kind of what we do in the summer. And then we also have to take time in the summer to go ahead and clean these traps, clean the ropes, paint the buoys. I'm gonna buy new tags, so I gotta build those traps, you know, cut the rope. There's a bunch of work that has to go into that, and I'll record some of that this summer so you guys can see it. And this guy here, and they're waiting for me like that. So that's kind of what we'll be doing in the summer. We'll still be doing a lot of work for the traps for the following season. Man, so close. And then we try to have some fun with the family before I gotta come back to these long hours on the boat. So if you want to do a charter and you're in the area this summer, we'll gladly take you. Go out and do some fishing, have some fun. Man, guys, I think this might be this might be it for this trap. Man. This is unbelievable. This one gonna be good. Man, I've been telling you guys, I have a pain and I'm not even close. Pain I'm getting in my finger, and I am worried is arthritis. Guys, I'm checking these because, man, I can't believe this. All this crab and nothing is gonna be good. Oh, that guy's good. It's I'm worried it's arthritis. This guy's gonna be good. And I got it in my index finger and in one of my thumbs, and it is killing me. Oh no, only one is good. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's kind of what we do in the summer. We do a lot of sword fishing too in the summer. Either charter or without charter, we still like to go and do it. Take a lot of family and friends. It's my favorite type of fishery. And if you've never been sword fishing, it is the ultimate hunt. We are anywhere, I don't know, like 25, 28, 30 miles offshore from the coast of Florida. And we need to go that far because we got to get that depth of water, right? So we're targeting these fish anywhere from as shallow as 1,200, 1,300 feet all the way up to, you know, I've caught them all the way up to 2,000 feet. And the cool thing about this fishery is that these fish are on the bottom. So we got to drop big electric reels, heavy leads to get our baits all the way to the bottom. And it's basically the most boring thing you're gonna do all day as the captain, because you can't take your eyes off of the tip of that rod. So my eyes have to be glued to it, because swordfish, you know, people think there's, you know, it's a huge fish, so they're just gonna ambush your bait. And really what they do is they swipe at it with their bill. Their bill is their weapon. And then that's gonna kill or stun their prey, and then they circle back to eat it. So I gotta be staring at that rod tip all day long, because in 15, 1,800, 2,000 feet of water, when they hit it with their bill, all you're gonna see is a little tiny, like a flick. And that's when you gotta react and move that bait so they chase it and they swallow it. But do a lot of swordfish, a lot of fishing. We're gonna be doing a lot of videos too in the summer for our boating 101, you know, how to tie some knots, just a lot of boat safety awareness things too. We try to do that every single year, just because, man, guys, living here in Florida, there's so many accidents on the water. So many accidents on the water every year that could just easily be prevented with a little bit of knowledge. And so I try to continue to bring that safety awareness and education to the channel to try to help. You know, it just, a lot of times there's kids, when I say kids, you know, high school kids die in boating accident, a lot of accidents that happen on the water. And I know it's not just here, it's everywhere. But if I could do my part and maybe try to help somebody kind of understand some of the things, or even bring awareness to maybe a situation, we try to do a lot of those videos every year in the summertime. So be looking out for that. We got a lot of different content coming in the summertime that we do every year. And then once I get into the crab season, you know, I'm so busy with the crab that ooh, that guy's no good. No. So busy with the crab, guys, that this is really what I'm recording. All right, so let's see. That was the 14th one in this line. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do a couple more. If we're not seeing any crab, I'll pause it and I'll bring you guys back in another spot. Man, I was excited about these. I thought these were gonna be. This is gonna be the one. Get back to my music. I have been jamming out everything from Metallica to Spanish music, hip hop, merengue. Merengue is Dominican style, and it's extremely fast-paced, fast music. Very, very good. If you've heard it, you know, and if you haven't, go check it out, and you'll see it's extremely fast. And that's kind of what I need right now to keep me going. Let's see if this guy has any. I don't think they're going to be good enough. You know, one claw. Yeah, just one. So, all right, guys. How about we do one more? Let's do one more. So, 8:55 in the morning right now. But I'm pretty excited, guys, because at the rate that I'm going, I don't think I'm gonna finish at 8 o'clock. Unless I start getting really, really tired as I go along. You know, it's still the beginning, so my body is still fresh. All right, let's see what we got here in this one. And then if not, I'll go ahead and pause it and bring you guys back. Man, it's just a beautiful day, and it's only going to get better as the day goes on. By 12 o'clock, it'll be like half of the wind that there is now. It's beautiful. Look at that. How clear the water you can see down there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I've got a couple in here. This guy, both are going to be good. Ooh, both. This guy here is only going to have one. Oh, we got to measure this guy. This guy's a floater. So guys, I'm going to show you some here. I don't know if you can really see it in the sunlight, but you see how you can see through his knuckles, how light his shell and his legs are? What that means is that this guy changed his shell not too long ago to get bigger, and the meat on the inside, see how he's not that strong? The meat on the inside hasn't filled up the shell yet, so they're very translucent. That's a telltale sign when you can see through them like that. When they're like that, I let them go. I mean, you can't sell that claw. I'm not going to waste it. So I let them go. I'm not going to break off a claw. Now, there are times, so if you watch a video at the end of the video where I'm saying like, oh, I got to take out the floaters. That guy was very empty. So it's a lot of them that as they're growing their muscles, You know, they have some strength to them, and they're fighting back and everything. You break off the claw, but you could tell when you weigh it that it's lighter than what it should be. And then for those, we can't sell those either. So they're not full all the way. They're not empty all the way, but the meat is almost to the edge, and you could tell it'll be off. When you do this for a while, you look at a claw and you know if it's 3.2 ounces and that claw should be like 3.7, 3.6, it's not full all the way on the inside. And those are the ones that we take out, and I eat those, give them to my mom. Those are the ones that we eat, the ones that we can't sell. So, but when you can really tell the crab is very weak, and the meat is their muscle, right? So when they don't have a lot of strength, and they're weak like that, then it's easy for you to be able to know. And these guys have no claws. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. These are still frozen together. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna drop this one, and then I'm gonna pause it and I'll bring you back. We did 17 here together in this line, and I'll bring you back in another line. And I mean, pretty decent. We got some crab here. It wasn't horrible, but a lot of little crab. And that's really, we start seeing a lot of that now at the end of the season. But I'm gonna go ahead, pause the cameras, jam some music, some more Metallica, Master of Puppets, and get the blood flowing, and I'll bring you back. All right, guys. I'm starting to get tired. I have never gone this fast. Me and my dad, one day we did pretty good. We pulled 100 traps. We did it in 3 hours, but it is 12:10 in the afternoon. I've been at it now since 6:32. Holy moly. And 170 traps in. So clearly it looks like, from a time perspective, there's enough time to finish. But I don't know how this body is gonna hold up. I mean, I'm flying. So I had to pop, man. It's a beautiful day when you are close in the shallow, but I had a bunch of the traps that are in deeper water, and oh my goodness, just soaked from head to toe. Because what happened today is that we have a northwest wind, so we're on the east coast of Florida, and the northwest wind is coming over land. So the wind is really not impacting us here. You can see how close we are there to land. But man, when you get out a mile, just a mile, you're taking waves, everything's getting wet. So I didn't want to mess up more camera equipment. But I'll tell you, it's been pretty uneventful. Oh, what a shame. Look at this big old crab that these guys killed. Man, these little guys. We still got these 2 buckets, and we have less than a quarter bucket there. So let's see how these traps do. They started off last week pretty good. So I'm hoping that we can do the same here and record. Man, look at this. What a shame, guys. See what I'm talking about? How crabs, this poor guy right here got killed by those other 2 crabs. Unbelievable. What a waste. But here I've got a bunch of traps in a row here. I got 100 in the line here, and I won't record all 100. But I'm hoping that these first like 20, 15, like they did last time, they did pretty good. I mean, out of the 100, we came out okay. We averaged a clopper trap, which is, the worst case scenario that I'd like to achieve. And I really thought today was going to be a great day with all the lobster traps out of the water, and it is. I mean, I'm fortunate. We've got, you know, we're catching crabs, but it's really no different than when the lobster traps were out here. We're still averaging a claw per trap, and I thought we could get more than that. So, but again, we're only down 170. We're halfway there. We got a long way to go. Another 5 or 6 more hours of this, if I can maintain the same pace, which I am already starting to feel it. Those Motrin that I drank at 4 o'clock this morning have worn off. I'm feeling pain all over my body, but I'm gonna pull these 50 before I drink some more Motrin. Oh, okay, here another one in here, and then that's it, guys. Next time we'll be taking all these out. Look at this, no claws. He's got a nice one. 1, 2. Oh man, guys, normally I just grab these. I'm getting unbelievable pain in my hands. I think this one's gonna be good too, where it's causing me, when I grip, I get this pain in my hands and I lose my strength. Oh, I hope that it's just from a lot of work and a little rest, and I hope that it's not arthritis or something. I don't know. I don't need that right now. Not when you work with your hands. I mean, it's like you can't do this without your hands. So, man, I've been putting them in ice water, and it takes the pain away, and then, 10 minutes later it's back again. So we'll see what happens in the off season. But I mean, we go from doing this to chartering and a lot of sport fishing. So my hands never stop. But it's a lot easier than pulling these traps. So 2 traps in, 5 claws. Oh man, guys, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be tough. And I started so early because I knew that I needed to start super early if I had a chance at getting this complete. And I'm definitely feeling that right now. But I'll record some here with you guys. And then I'm gonna have to get that music going again. Look at this. This is pretty good here too. Ooh, look at this, guys. The thing about this is, like I always say, it's the size of the claws that really matter, right? You take a look, that right there is gonna be a colossal claw. This one here will probably be colossal. So if you're averaging a claw per trap, you want to be able to get big ones, right? Where you don't even have to measure them like these. That's what I'm talking about. This guy's too small. Maybe one. Oh. Yep. So man, guys. Man, I am feeling the exhaustion. So pretty good. We're off to a good start here. Yeah, like I always say in the video, if you haven't seen it in the other videos, with the crab, it really does matter the size. Because the bigger the size, it takes them so long for that claw to grow that big that there's less of them. So those claws are worth more money, they have more meat. Those are the prized ones. And I'll tell you, the biggest one that I ever caught was 13.2 ounces 1 claw, almost a pound. That retails for, right now in today's market this season, anywhere between $80 to $120 a pound. So imagine that 1 claw. Ooh. So those big ones are the ones that you want to get. Obviously, everybody wants to get those big ones. But when you're only catching a few, those big ones are very special. I think there's one guy in here. Let's take a look. No claws. Nope. And look at this guy. See what I'm talking about? You see this guy right here has a hole in his head. This is from fighting. From fighting, he's got a hole right here in his head, and you can see how it's turning black. The thing's already healing. These guys are amazing. They could lose their limbs. Look at his leg right here. It's got a hole from fighting. These guys are amazing, how they can repair their bodies. I need some of that. So that crab DNA, my DNA, so I can repair my body like that. Holy moly. They are amazing. I've seen them with holes through the top of the head, like as big as a quarter, and they're still alive. They are amazing. They're resilient, but they are not very nice with each other. So if you're wondering, stone crab season, guys, I had a couple guys text me yesterday and say, hey, when does the season end? That they have, they put traps out. We've got some videos. If you live in Florida and you want to learn how to do it, you can actually have 5 recreational traps. You can get a stone crab endorsement with your fishing license, and you can recreational stone crab, and we've got videos on how to do that. But the stone crab season starts, look at this guy. See guys, this is what I'm talking about right here. These lobsters, get rid of those. Stone crab season starts the 5th of October. It's the first day that you could put traps out. And then the first day that you could harvest crab is on the 15th. So 10 days later. And you could go all the way until May 1st is the last day that you could harvest crab. So for me, I need to have all the traps out. We're going to have them out before May 1st. The goal is to try to have it out the day before. I'm going to finish very late. But that way I can cook the crab, and then I have May 1st to take the crab to the market. It's the last day that they can buy crab. After that, they won't buy it because you can't harvest it. So that's our goal. So that's the season right there. And we're going to be, like I said earlier, we're going to be busting our tail here at the end of the season. Multiple trips a day, getting these traps out of the water. Oh man, this tide is completely opposite than it was this morning. So far so good, guys. If they could all keep coming like this. Man, I just pulled 30 in one line and I got 10 claws and 30 traps. So look at this weird crab in here. Not a stone crab. I don't even know what the heck this thing is called. Seen a couple of them today. And what I notice is every time one of those things is in the trap, there's nothing else in it, so I guess he might not be very friendly either. Not even lobster. Alright, so nothing in trap number 6 of this line. And what I'll do is I'll pull some more here. I don't know, we'll get to 10, 15 if we're still catching. and then I'll bring you along further down the road. But so far I'm moving along pretty good. When I'm recording, obviously I'm moving a lot slower. So I'm narrating everything and trying to explain things. When I'm not recording, I'm just moving, jamming out to the music. Oh, if you're wondering why these buoys are so clean, these are the new ones, guys, that we put out like a month ago. Maybe a little bit more than a month ago. And that's why the buoys are so clean. And the traps. And we got some of these traps that they are a ball of seaweed, looks like a rock. This one might be good. Yes, it is. For sure. And that one's good. Guys, I'll show you here how we measure it. This is the gauge. You got to clip them right there in that little shell joint. And the end of the claw has to be on top of the gauge. If it were to fall below the gauge, it would be no good. So 3. And this is the bait. If you missed it in the other videos, you put cowhide in the cup and pig's feet. And normally I get the pig's feet that have the hair on it, but now at the end of the season, it is really, really difficult to get bait. And thankfully, the market that I sell it to, they call me and say, hey, we're going to be completely out of bait. How many cases of pig's feet do you want? And they held it for me and I picked it up. But what they have, because the main supplier is out already, is these that are all, I don't know, they're bare. They don't have that thick skin. I don't know. Those other ones are, I don't even know what kind of pigs those are. They're thick. Really, really big and thick. But those last for a long, long time in the trap. Somewhere here I've got some of them. I got a bucket that has some in it. If we come across it today, I'll show it to you. Remind me and I'll show it to you. Oh boy. And I'm not a doctor. I think that could be the cause of this pain in my hands. Oh man, guys. I mean, to put it into perspective, where we're at right now, I would already be going back home. So if you watch the older videos, and again, look at this guy. Again, the ocean is very flat, calm today. Unlike the other days, this guy's so big you can't even flip over. Let's go with this guy. When the days are like this, it's really easy to pull traps. I mean, you still have the same manual labor, but man, it's so much easier to stand up. Oh, he got around. All right. See, look at this guy. That's what I was talking about. He got pinched right there by another crab. Look at that hole. And you see how it's turning black already? That's like it's scabbing, healing. All right. Like I said, these guys are amazing at healing their bodies. So yeah, this would be the time that I would be going back right now, and it's 12:30. You know, my son, I text him, and he's at his mom's house this weekend, and he says, "How many buckets do you have?" I said, 2, and he said, "You still have the same 2 buckets?" Yeah, I mean, I got like a quarter bucket, and he's like, "This is not good." But yeah, this is what time I would be heading back right now, which is crazy because we never really finished this early, but man, it was an early start. Just to put it into perspective for you guys, I got up at 2:30 in the morning and I gotta go get gas. I hook up the GPSs, put everything on the boat, and then go put the boat in. And then I set up the cameras at the marina and I leave. So it's a long day, which, you know, my wife is like, you're not gonna be able to move the next day. Oof. And I'm okay with that as long as I don't have to spend, you know, the money to come out again, to come back out here. That's what you don't want, especially right now where it is so slow at the end of the season. You know, if we were catching half a pound per trap, then, you know, no problem. You come back out and you don't think about it as much as, you know, now when you're averaging a quarter pound per trap, sometimes even a little less than that. I had a viewer who wrote me the other day on the video from last week. They're on the west coast of Florida, and he's got recreational traps. He's got 5 traps. He got 35 claws. 35 claws in 5 traps. And that is incredible. We're never going to get that here. Maybe if you have 5 really good traps on opening day, you could do that. But there's no way that we get that average on this coast. The west coast of Florida is really good for stone crab, and they got a lot more territory, guys. We go, like I've said in the other videos, we go out 5 miles from land, and you hit the drop off. Every time I say that, the kids are like, oh, you're copying Nemo. Like, no, guys, that's what it's called in Finding Nemo when they get to the drop off. But you get to the drop off and it goes from 30 feet to 120. You just go right over the edge. So we don't have that much space to go out. Over on the other coast, they could go out 40 miles and they'll still be in 30 feet of water. So they got a lot more room to play with over there, and it's a lot more crab over there. We gotta struggle to find a crab here on this coast. All right, so that was number 10. I'll tell you what, let's do one more. Let's do one more. That one had a big crab in it. Let's see if the next one has a big old crab. A BFC. BFC. I won't say what the acronym stands for because there's kids that watch the show. But I think you guys can figure out what a BFC is. A big crab. Well, let's see here, the 11th one. See what this one brings. Oh man, there's a big difference in the shallow water today. That wind is being blocked by land. I can't believe how strong it is out there. You can see here how nice and calm it is. There's the trap. Ooh. I don't know if the camera can see it, but I mean, you can see the trap on the bottom. Very clear water today. Ooh. Guys, we're gonna end this clip on a bang. Look at this. Look at this. Man, beautiful. All right, so 4. Yeah, guys, I need to put on some music. I want to keep showing you crab, but I literally have to get in a zone where it's like one more trap. I'm halfway done in 6 hours. So you can imagine my stamina is going down. It's going down. So I think I might cheat. And I said I would get that Red Bull after this line. I think I'm going to get it earlier, guys. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm in pain. All right, guys, I'm going to keep going. try to jam out to some music, and I'll bring you back. We got like 5 or 6 more hours to go. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I feel like one of those guys that's like lost. They're doing their transmissions as the day's going. Man, I'm telling you, my little body was hot. I'm still running, but I feel like I'm losing pieces along the way. Oh my goodness. I had to change all my batteries. I'm on the lag. I got 5 cameras, so every time I swap, it's 5 batteries. And I'm on my last 5 batteries right now. So I don't know how long I'll be able to record, and I do want to show you at the end here what we caught. But for a time check, it is 2:45, so 6, 7, we're 8 hours and 15 minutes into the day. In this line here that I'm pulling, I'm bringing here these last 5. Historically, they do pretty good. I don't know how they're going to do today because the rest of the line going back has been gaga, like my baby says. Gaga. It has not been good, guys. Man, and I was hoping to get to these out here in the deep, and I got some more further up the road, but when you know, it's kind of indicative, like when you're going slow like this, it's very unlikely that we're gonna get to a quarter mile up the road where we start the new line. It's gotta be good. So I don't know. We after I finish these 5, I will be at 250 traps on the dot. So, and I still got, I don't know, like 80 or 90 more to go. So I will tell you, I did wait until I finished those 50 traps to drink that Red Bull. Man, I really wanted to get like a little boost. Like my dad says, he calls them boosters instead of energy drinks. He calls them boosters. But I pushed myself because, I mean, I got so many more traps to go. I can't wind up getting a heart attack out here drinking Red Bull, you know, to try to make it through. But I did finish those 50, drank a Red Bull, and I drank 3 more Motrin. Oh, and hopefully that should be good to get me all the way to the end. But yeah, first trap with nothing. I am exhausted though, guys. I will tell you. Man, this is full of lobster. Look at this. Golly. Check this out. Never, look at this. This is unbelievable. Dead ones in there. Leave those in there as bait. They're pretty hollowed out. Maybe a crab will wander through and want to eat it. But yeah, I've never pulled so many traps in one day. I never had this. I never had this many. So I will tell you. Now I know that I can definitely do 250 in a day. You know, I mean, if I was to end, I mean, it's 249 now. Let's say I finish this 310, 315. I always clean the boat, guys. You can see here all this mud and all this junk that's on the boat. So I move all the buckets and everything, and I clean it before I get home. Get at least all the thick stuff off of it, and then I soap it up when I get home. But that usually takes me about 30 minutes. And then from here back to the marina, hour and a half. And then I usually give myself like another 30 minutes in the process of getting the boat out and on the trailer and drive home. So I would say, you know, 2 hours from the time that I leave here. Oh, golly. So if I were to leave here at 4, I'd be home by 6. So, you know, 250 is, look at this again, more lobster. Oop, there's crab legs in there though. 250 is definitely doable. So, 1 and 2. We're still working on this bucket. Got these 3. My son has been texting me. How's it going? How many traps? Where you at? He said, how many buckets do you have? I said, I got 3 buckets. I'm working on the 4th. And he just texted me back and said, that sucks. Oh man. But I mean, I'm very, very grateful for what I've caught. It is a little weak for the amount of traps that we've pulled. We're definitely below a quarter pound per trap. But you know, it's the end of the season and it's really, really, really slow right now. And we still got, like I said, 80, 90 more to go. So we could easily fill up that bucket from here to the end. Oh. Last time I pulled out here, these traps were, so the video was last week's video, which was, man, if you haven't seen that one, go back and look at it. I'll link it at the end of this one. But it was by far the worst day that I have been out. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. That day was bad. And these traps out here did phenomenal. I mean, I felt like I was a submarine out here. We were literally taking waves that were coming all the way over the roof of the boat. And when I would walk to the back to drop the trap in the water, it was, the water was spraying me in the head. Man, more lobster. So, what's happening now, guys, oh, we got a big old crab in here, is that all of this out here, and I'll put the camera now so you guys can see. So I'll lift up my head. I mean, in all of this that you see out here, there's probably 20,000 lobster traps. I mean, it is packed with lobster traps. And they are allowed to leave the lobsters that are, we call them shorts, that are not legal size. They're allowed to leave them in the trap because the lobster, you know, they like companionship, so they're gonna come in where there's other lobsters. So what happens at the end of the season, all these traps are loaded with lobster and they let them all go. And they are piling up in these crab traps. And, you know, the crab does love to eat lobster, but there's just so many of them there that's piled up. I mean, I've never caught crab where the trap has been so full of lobster. So, yes, it's good if there's a lobster in there, that crab's gonna go in. If it's a big one, and say, I wanna eat it. But that last trap, we had 10 lobsters in it. Ain't no crab going in there. It's definitely outnumbered. So they're gonna go in there. So last one, let me write that down for the log. Last one here. And then I don't know, I'll see how much battery power I got, and maybe I could record another 5 or 10 traps somewhere else down the line. You know what I could do? I could record the crab portal when I get to it. The old crab portal. That thing's been closed, padlocked. Ain't nothing coming through that portal. Nothing. Another lobster. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll bring you back at that crab portal. Let's see. I hope it's a floodgate of a portal. Oh my goodness. Just trying to stay in good spirits here. All these empty traps. And I had somebody comment and say, you know, you didn't get a bunch of crab in one of the videos. They had great spirits, and I mean, yeah, I mean, my head is going crazy thinking about all the bills you gotta pay. What can I do? I can only keep pulling and hope that somewhere along the line we're going to get something. And if not, be hopeful for the next one and thankful for what I got on this one. So I got nothing out of going crazy out here. All right, I'm struggling. There it is, 250. Check the box, baby. We reached a new milestone in traps, 250, and it's 255. So I'm telling you, if I had to stop right now, clean the boat, half an hour, it's 3:30, 2 hours to get home, 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'll be home. So 250 we could definitely do. And then so what I do is, the goal is that you want to keep buying traps in increments where you can fill up the day, right? So now I know I could 500, I could 250 and 250, I could work 2 full days. And honestly, guys, it's 3 o'clock. And, maybe I could do 600, 300, and 300. And then try to, from there, go up, 200, 250 more and add a third day to it. So I'm going to get these cameras shut down, get a water, jam this music, and I will see you at the crab portal.
Security. All stations. This is the United States Coast Guard, Sector Miami, Florida. United States Coast Guard, Sector Miami, Florida.
All right, guys. We are at the infamous crab portal. It is 3:34. Since I left you, 3 claws. Holy moly. It's getting really tough here now towards the end. When my body is aching and every trap is empty, it's not a good feeling. Oh, but if the old crab portal is hot, it's gonna be hot, guys. When it's good, it's good. So let's see. Let's see what this does. And I mean, we're nearing the end now. I mean, I might have 50 traps left. So, unless we had one little patch and all the crab in this whole ocean came through there, it doesn't look like like we're gonna get those 5 buckets done. But let's see. Let's see what this is like. Zero. First one is a bust. But I will tell you guys, I had a trap in the deep that got 8. So that was a long time ago. Long time ago. Man, I don't understand. This is really, really, really slow now. This area where I'm at. Man, last year this was pretty good. Pretty good for us at this time. Now, it's like a distant memory. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Can I pull 350 in a day? Yeah, I mean, if you're not catching anything. All right, first one with nothing. We got only 4 here. This used to be a long line. And these are the only 4 that caught. And there were certain times of the year. I mean, it's just random, The crab were walking. I don't know what's on the bottom here. This is like the I-95. It looks like the road is closed. Oh my goodness. Okay, we still got 2 more. Still got 2 more. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm running out of battery on my my mic packs because it's just a lot of recording. I did get an idea though. this morning when I was putting everything in the camera case that I'm gonna do next year, so that I don't run out of battery. Well, I'm still gonna run out of battery, but what I'm gonna do is buy an entire backup one. So I'll have them, you know, the mic and the receiver, and I'll have a second one. So when I run out of battery on the first one, I can just put it in the case, take out the second one, and keep recording. But I need to get more batteries. And we're burning through batteries today. And I think I don't know if anybody out there knows how to tell. I think I got batteries that are going bad. They mark that they're fully charged. And like right now, the front camera is not recording. I put the new battery in it when we were out in the deep. Brand new battery. You would think it would last the rest of the day, and it's already dead. So that's not helping either. But if somebody knows, how do you test GoPro batteries? You know, because like any battery, it's gonna go bad. So I gotta get rid of that one, but I gotta get some more batteries. We just, you know, when I'm doing the recording for the crowd, it's so much recording. When we're doing the fishing, you know, it's a little bit easier. You sit out here for 3 hours, and then you start getting bites, and you just start recording, you know. But with the traps, it's like we're playing roulette. I feel like we're playing Russian roulette. You know, you don't know what's in it, so you got to record. And you chew up some batteries like that. All right, last one. Last one. But you know, this is how it is. You're pulling like this. This one could have 10 in it. And it makes up for the other one. I doubt it. I doubt it. Based on how it's been going in this area today. I doubt it. But you never know. We're still hopeful. We're still hopeful. The most I ever caught in one trap was 14. Right here in the portal. I don't know, maybe too many people went missing in the portal. Too many crabs. They changed it, they diverted it. Okay, here we go. One big old crab. And killed another one. 2. I always like to get rid of the crab shells that are in there. Because I don't know, I just feel like if you were gonna walk in somewhere and there were body parts all over the place, you probably wouldn't walk in there, right? I don't know. I don't know how crabs think, but I just think it's better to get rid of the dead bodies, dead crab parts. All right, so 2 big ones. But I don't know if I'd even call this a base hit. Oh my God, I think we got hit by the pitch. We got on base because we got hit by the pitch. Oh boy. So, all right, well, that was the old crab portal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to pull. Give you a time check now. It is 3:41 p.m. Spirits are high. My body pain is high. Oh my goodness. And my optimism, not very high. But I don't know, we'll see. We got like 50 more left, guys. I'm gonna keep pulling and I'll bring you back at the end, show you what we got. All right, guys, I am finally done. I did it. Holy moly, but I would tell you it's probably not a wise decision to keep doing it again. I think 300, man, by myself, this is a tall task. It is, let's see the time, 6:26, so I'll be home like 8:30. But I will tell you what, it was extremely, extremely slow in the second half of the day, and man, I pulled so many traps with nothing. And I'm so lucky. I have 20 traps that I hit, and out of those 20, and they all didn't catch, I think there was 4 or 5 that didn't catch, but I got 42 claws in those traps. And that's how it is. I mean, it's hit and miss. Last time they didn't do good. And remember, we were recording in the deep, and those were like a quarter mile ahead of where we were. And we didn't catch anything where we were. And then those kind of saved the day. So we didn't fill up the 5 buckets, but we have crab in 5 buckets. So we've got 4 buckets and a half. So really a lot less than what about 40 pounds less than what I thought we were going to get, based on the average that we've been getting of, quarter pound per trap. I thought that we would hit that 5.5, 6 bucket mark today. But I'll tell you what, guys, I am extremely stoked with what I got. I'm super thankful that I got this. This is gonna help go right to the credit card. So guys, I want to thank you for watching. I gotta get another Red Bull. Oh, and before I let you guys go, so the buckets. See, we got 4 red buckets and we got a Yeti bucket. And I covered this in a video a while back that the orange buckets, it's from a HACCP plan, the food safety plan. Orange is always bait, and then the red buckets are for the crab. But we've got 1 Yeti bucket, and somebody asked me, hey, well, why do you have 1 Yeti bucket? Well, the truth is, when I first started 3 years ago, I only had 85 traps. And everybody always told me, man, you gotta get to a bucket a day and you'll be good. So I had the Yeti bucket, and I was like, okay, well, I filled it once. Never got to filling it. And then so now obviously we've got so many more traps, I need to get, 6, 7, 8 Yeti buckets. So that's why we got the Harbor Freight buckets, because they're a lot cheaper. But if somebody from Yeti is watching, I'll gladly take them. We'll take it. We'll drop a little clip in the video. Send us some Yeti buckets. But guys, thank you for watching. Oh, I'm gonna drop. I did make it to the pig's feet. I know I mentioned it earlier. The ones that I normally get, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it right here so you can see what they look like. They're really thick and hairy, and I mean, they just literally take it, slice it up, and throw it in a box, right off the animal. So those are the really, really good ones. Those last 2-3 weeks in the trap. But guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you missed last week's video, I'm gonna link it at the end of this one. And then I remember that Garmin video is coming out next week for the heading sensor. Check that out. I think a lot of you could benefit from that. And I will see you next week when we're taking the traps out of the water, baby. Day 1. Let's go.